I am going to one of my towers, backhaul, that our provider has not found the issue on their side yet. It's been like 3 months. The internet periodically drops out like once or twice a day. Then it got worse, 4 or 5 times a day. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I've had them out here 3 times, checking the modem, checking the line. They even disconnected the coax cable from the tap at the pole, and they said it was dropping there. At least one technician said that. And apparently that technician, which was the last one, forgot to put in a ticket for the lineman to come out and check the line from pole to pole and see if they can figure out where it's happening. Because I've walked around to other residents and businesses on that same street, and they're having the same issue. So that eliminates anything on our premises of, you know, the wire and modem and everything. Since that technician did not put in a ticket for that, they're going to have to start basically from the start again, send out another tech, let him check it on the premises to confirm that it's nothing on the premises, it's the main line out at the street. So he or she's gonna have to put in a ticket and expedite it to get the lineman to come out to check and see what they can find, because now it's got really bad. Yesterday it dropped out 26 times, from 30 seconds all the way up to an hour and 58 minutes. And the one technician, one before the last one, said, well, we have a device that's supposed to regulate according to the temperature. He said, it seems like when it's getting hot, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. At that time, that made sense, because it started about 10 o'clock, dropping out until about 5 or 6 o'clock. It kind of stopped dropping out, which is when it's getting the hottest and after it cooled off. Now it's doing it 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Almost like at least once an hour, it's actually dropping out. Which is, in a way, it's bad for our customers, but it's kind of in a good way, because it should be easier for them to diagnose of where the issue is. They don't have to sit around and come out there an hour and it don't drop out. I said, well, we can't find it because it's not showing us anything. Now, pretty much if you're there more than 30 minutes, it's going to drop out on you. So hopefully this time around, they're going to be able to find what it is, fix it, so I will stop getting the emails and texts of customers saying what's wrong with the internet, which I would say probably only 5% of them are actually reaching out. And they're really not mad or anything like that. The way they text or email is, they say, hey, are you working on the internet? And I said, no, our provider's still having an issue. Okay. That's basically about it. And some of them will say, any updates on the repair? And I say, well, I got an appointment with the provider on Saturday. They say, okay. I mean, it's nothing like, man, you know, really fussing or anything like that about it. So the customers are being very understanding, very understanding about it. Which we all know we have some of them customers out there that will, you know, if it drops out dead on noon, 2 minutes later they're texting or calling you, you know, what's the problem? So, you know, you just have to take the good with the bad. And that's just the way it goes. But I'm just glad so far, when I do have an issue, I have all good customers that's dealing with the issue. But I'm going out here early now because it's been dropping out, and it's only like 10 minutes till 11, and it's been dropping out for the last 3.5 hours. And I'm going to go to the box and see if I can isolate, because we all know that, you know, sometimes an issue like this, like when they fix it or think they got it fixed and it kind of quits acting up, then another issue comes up and it's doing the exact same thing, but it's a different issue. So I'm going to be sure it's none of our equipment. So far it's showing it's not, because I can log into everything when it says it's offline, which is telling me the internet side on their side is not giving us internet. But I want to go and confirm that. I'm going to separate their system from our system and plug my laptop directly into their device that gives us internet and see if it drops out the laptop. And if it does, then that eliminates our equipment 100%. So let me go do that and see what we get. And I'll take you along for the ride. All right, I have my laptop. Let's flip this. I have my laptop connected to the Edge Router X, which comes from the modem up in there, and it just dropped out. It says no internet, and the lights on the modem dropped out as well. So the modem is the one that's losing the internet, not our equipment. Because I can still log into any of the radios. Let's see. I want to log into the radio. Let's see, where we at? I have to get the right one. Let's see. This is... log into a radio. I'm logged into it, no issue whatsoever. I can log right into any radio in the network from the router. And it's still indicating I have no internet. Now all the lights on the modem, one's still flashing. Okay, that one's solid, so I should start having internet. Now I got internet on the laptop. So it's definitely the modem. These lights here drop out. And I still have access to all what's plugged in our system. So they're supposed to be here between 2 and 3. I like these kind of connections. The backhaul, we have the Power Beam 5 AC here, Power beam 5 AC here. It says 647, 639. But look at the connection. Maxed out here, 8x. It's not really that far. It's only 85, say 86 meters. But we got a great backhaul connection from here to all the RV park that's on the other side there. The receiving dish is back over that way behind the trees. But we got a great connection over there to our tower. But it's definitely the modem that's dropping out. And it's not losing power because we have the power light here at the top and it stays on. These two actually drop out. So the power is not getting lost to the router or to the modem. So we'll see what they say when they get out here and do some testing from their box. Well, we got the modem changed out and seems to be all working, at least for the first 4 hours after it got changed out. And then it started having hiccups as of, let's see, it was 14:11 was the last time that it had an issue, and that's when we connected back up and got the new modem in. Then not until 18:42 is the first time it had a hiccup, which is a little bit over 4 hours, and it didn't last but a minute and 46 seconds outage. Then it did it 1951, 1958. Then it didn't do it again until today at 021, 052, 106, 343, 347, 704, 712, 721, 725, 728, 743, 746, 750, and here it is at 9:19 is the time it is right now. So it has not gone out since 7:50 until 9:20. And I just called them again and got an appointment day after tomorrow between 1 and 2 for them to come out and do some more testing. Since they changed the modem, most likely they're probably going to change the line from the pole to the residence. That will eliminate everything on the premises because everything will be new. And then if it's anything else, then they're going to have to get the linemen out, which got the bucket trucks to check the hub up on the pole itself. Because I went, my telephone pole that I'm tapped into connection, I went the very next one direction, very next pole one direction, and found some lines tapped into it and went to them residents to find somebody that has internet and see if they're having issues. They were not. I confirmed that on 2 different line taps on that next hub down the street. They having no issues. And one of them, they have a son that's on playing games online basically all day. So if they had issues, they would know it because he would be complaining. Then I went the other direction from the pole that I'm tapped in and found some residents that's tapped into the next hub down that way. They having no issues. So it's pointing to me that it's the connection box on the main trunk line at the pole that I'm tapped into. There's 2 other lines that's tapped in that box as well, but I can't get anybody to come to the door of them 2 residents so I can ask them if they have any issues or not, or if they even have internet or not, because just because it's ran their house don't mean they got any active service. The last service tech and the one before him, they disconnected the line from the pole and from the modem and tested it, the line itself, and they couldn't find any issues. But the last technician, which this is his second trip out here, he said if he comes back out, first thing he's going to do is get his wire out and just replace the wire from the street to the building itself. That way everything on the premises is brand new, and then it's all up to the linemen to come out, get their bucket truck and start finding where the problem is. And hopefully he shows up on Tuesday and be able to just go ahead and change the wire, and then we'll just take it from there. But there's a bug in it somewhere on their side, because every time I call them and tell them, well, today it's dropped out, say 12 times, and they look at it and say, yeah, well, I can count 12 on our side too. So that confirms, they're seeing what I'm seeing, the time stamps at least. So it's just a matter of time for them to figure out where it's at. So hopefully they come out and they just replace the wire, and then get the lineman come out and figure out where it's at. I feel very confident that it's going to be that junction box, or whatever they call it, the hub or whatever, line tap or whatever it may, the technical word that it is, because all the ones before it and all the ones after it, at least 3 each direction, nobody's having issues. So I think it's that one box, junction, hub, whatever it may be, where I'm tapped into on the main trunk line. So we're going to take it from there, and after Tuesday, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. Love electronics. When it gets a hiccup, sometimes it's hard to find them. But that's part of running a WISP. It's always going to have a bug somewhere that's going to show up, and you just got to figure out where it's at. It's not as easy when a lightning strikes one of your APs and the wire's burnt, and you just replace them all and ready to go. That was obvious. But these kind of bugs, is more than one thing that can actually cause the issue. You just have to play elimination until you figure out which one it is.